Okay, so the school bus is made of just a couple of pieces. We've got the sides and the front and the back, and then the top over here. The front has several sections. You can't quite see them. There's score lines that we're going to fold on. Because what we're going to do is this is going to go up for the grill, back for the top of the hood, and then this is going to come forward because that is where we're going to have like the window at. And then over here, we're going to attach it to our next piece, which is the side of the bus. And to do that, we've got these fold lines here. We'll fold on all of them. So you can see that we've got a tab. We've got a tab here. That's going to take this, the hood and the windshield, the back. And that's going to connect to the back, which has just one tab on the bottom. And then we have the other side of the bus that we're going to attach to the other part of the back. Now I'm just folding on the little score lines that will be cutting into the paper, making the tabs. And so to attach them, I'm going to take those tabs and just pick a piece I want to start with. I like the idea of waiting on, it doesn't really matter. I'm going to go ahead and start with the front of the bus. Now we'll do the back. I like the tabs on the right. We do the back of the bus here. Just put some glue on my tab right up close to where the fold line is. And then I'm going to take my back piece, line it up. And there we have it. Next, I'm going to put some glue on the other side of my bus. Run my glue over here. Now if you get a little bit of glue over onto here, it's not that big a deal, though you do want to try to just be clean as a general rule. But we do have some decorative panels that are going to make our bus yellow. I've chosen black because I figured it'd be easy for the windows to be dark. Figure this would work well. So there we have the left side of the bus where the stop sign is going to be, the back, and the right side with the door. Next, we're going to attach the front of the bus. Okay, to get the front of the bus attached, what we're going to do is we're going to put some glue on the little tab. Go ahead and place that. And depending on how you prefer to do it, you could work your way up on each of those and then come back and attach it. But I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and do this side and then do these two tabs together and keep going. It really is kind of a personal preference, what's going to be more comfortable for how you want to apply your glue and what you're able to do to reach in. There we go. Oops. Just close it off. So now we have the basic box bottom. So there we go. We have the shape of the bus, the square part of it anyway. And what I'm going to actually do is I'm going to put in the bottom right now because it's easy to reach in here at the moment. If I have a ruler or something and I've glued all this in, I could reach forward or just my hands. But I'm going to go ahead and right now put some glue on those tabs at the bottom and place one of my bottom panels to close the bottom of my bus. Just run some glue on those tabs. Make sure to get enough onto there, but not too much. There we go. They're folding inward. Get that out of my way. I can slide this down, push it into place. There we go. Bottom of the bus, nicely closed off. I can press on the side here to make sure that I'm getting this bottom panel nice and tight into that corner. There we go. So I've got all my little tabs here at the bottom that are exposed. That one a little extra push. See, everything's sitting nice and flat. It's fully attached. So I could wait and finish my tabs here if I wanted to, or I'm going to go ahead and just do it now while I'm thinking of it. I'm going to glue my other bottom panel down onto the bottom of the bus. That'll give the bottom a little more strength, having 2 layers of paper, and also cover up all of those tabs that are exposed. I mean, chances are nobody's going to see them because it's on the bottom. Who's going to flip their box upside down? But I kind of like having it just finished off and them tucked away as much as possible. So here we go. Square everything up. There we go. Gently press down. I can turn it over. Press again. So just like that. We've got the start of our bus shape. And now to attach the hood, I'm going to fold down this tab. I'm going to fold this one in so they're out of the way because I want to kind of press to get a nice tight corner there. Add some glue to this tab and this one. Then fold it down into position. I'm using my fingers on either side on the outside to make sure it's lined up and flush. I'm reaching inside to apply some pressure and almost squeeze that tab just a little bit. And I'm making sure that I've got a nice tight corner here. It's not sticking out or kind of at an angle or anything like that. So I can do my last tab. Just fold that down. Add my glue to the tabs. And then I'm going to fold it up and give it a nice little push. I'll do the same over here. So there we have it. The basic outline and shape of our bus and the start of our box. This is the lid. It also has the tabs on all 4 sides. I'm actually going to wait to attach this till the very end. If you want to, you can do it now, but I feel like it kind of gets in the way as I'm trying to put on all my decorative pieces. So I'm going to go ahead and just set that aside. And I'm going to start really with anything, whatever you feel like. So this is the front of the bus. I've made sure to have all my little rectangles out in here. Sometimes I don't want to pop all the way out. I've put my dots on for the lights on the bus. And then you can fold on this score line here. And it's too tiny. If I put a score line there, it's just going to cut it off. But you can just take your finger and fold down. Give it a little squeeze. And so now you have the shape of the outline, right? That's going to match our bus. And go ahead and glue it on the front. And you can choose. It seems easiest if we do it in sections rather than doing all in one go. So I'm actually going to start with the part with the grill just because it's a little harder to get glue everywhere without it coming through those holes. So I'm going to just put some around the outside. This is purely decorative. There's no structural need for this, so you don't have to really glue it seriously into place. And just go ahead and do that. If you really want, you could put glue on these little pieces here, but I don't think you need to. I'm going to place it in the corner here so it's nice and tight, nice and flush where I want it to be on the side, left to right, and fold it straight down. Just run my thumbs down over it, and now I have my little bus front. I'm going to fold this up Make sure my glue is set. Excuse me. And this time I'm going to go ahead and do, so you can go slower than me and make sure this glue is fully set into place. There we go. And since it's just a little bitty part, I'm going to do that and a little bit of glue right across on there. Lift this up. Give that a good press down, support it on the inside. And then I'm going to run my finger up just to kind of get that straight up and down in position. A little too generous with my glue, so a little escaped, but that's okay. So make sure that's straight. I don't want it to be angled at all. There we go. So there's the front of the bus. It's got its little decorations and it's done. For the back of the bus, I've again put on the little strip of black and my lights and stuff like that just to make it a little easier. I'm going to just glue it onto the back, same as I did before. Oops. There we go. Just line it up on the bottom. Make sure my sides are square. There we go. Once I have it exactly how I want it, just give it a good push. There we go. The back of our bus is decorated and attached. I've already put together one side of my bus. I just put the wheels on and the stripes. And I've started over here. The wheels themselves are 3 pieces. This way you get a little strength because they're pretty much what's going to be supporting your bus and keeping the box off the ground a little bit. So each wheel is made of 2 solid pieces and then the donuts for the hubcap. I'm going to just go ahead and glue together these 2 pieces. Give it a little squeeze, make sure they're attached. There. And then I'm going to glue my little hubcap on. And then just drop it down as best I can centered. So there's our wheel. Now I'm going to attach it to the side panel. Line it up at the bottom there. I can even use my fingers to feel that that is sitting correctly. It's not coming through on the other side. So there we go. Clean up my cut very well. I need a new blade. So there's the side of my bus. And I want to make sure that my stripes are the same. You can eyeball it if you want. I kind of like just lining up the 2 pieces, and then I can put glue on the back of one of my strips, just a little line, nothing too much, and then I'm going to take it the best I can, line it up there, and then run it straight across so that it lines up on both ends. And I'm going to do it again with my other stripe. And you can choose how far apart you want these stripes to be. Maybe you want to write, you know, thank you, or bus driver's name, or the school district, or whatever you want. So maybe you can write that first so you have enough space, or however you want to customize it. We gave these to my kid's teacher, so we actually just used a stamp and stamped thank you on the hood, and then had them write a note and put it inside with some treats and stuff. But final step, decorating the side here, is it's hard to see, but there's a tiny little score line that makes this tab fold over, so now we have the actual octagon of the stop sign. Again, if you want, you could write stop, but it's quite small, so I'm going to leave it plain. Kind of like the symbol of this one. Just put a little glue on that tab, and then I'm going to put it between my two black lines and give it a little push from over here. So now I have my stop sign attached to the side of my bus. I'm going to let that dry while I come over here. I'm going to get ready to attach this onto my bus. So to do that, I'm not going to put glue on this part of my tire, right, because that sticks down a little bit. Instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put glue over here, as close to those corners and edges as I can get. Go ahead and put a little there. Maybe just a touch in here. Go ahead and add a little glue along there. And then I'm going to put some right across the bottom over here on the box itself. Now, go ahead, line it up, work my way through. Make sure that's lined at the bottom. There we go. I can even turn it over, really press it into place. So now we have the side of our bus. It's a little lopsided at the moment. We'll fix that. And I'm going to do the same thing over here. Just go ahead and put glue on part of this. It'd be really cute maybe if you wanted to cut out pictures of kids or somebody, or draw some to put in these windows. Have them riding the bus somewhere. I'm going to put my glue along the bottom. There we go. Go ahead and put it in here. And just like that, we have a bus. Little stop signs there, ready to go. I wouldn't put anything in it for a little while. Make sure that the glue has had a chance to really set. If it's a little wet, you might have some problems. But there we have it. The bus is able to sit. You don't have to put the lid on if you don't want to. You could just leave it open topped. Maybe you have a little bag that you're going to have stick out, whatever you're doing. If you want the lid, fold all of these in, and you can pick the side you want it to open on. Maybe you want your box to have it open over here, or if you have something kind of, depending on how it's shaped, maybe you need it to open that direction or whatever. I like gluing on a long side, so I'm going to just pick one, and I'm going to add glue over here. And I'm going to put this in my box, nice and lined up, so that my score line goes along the edge. I can even fold this back a little bit if that helps make sure it's in the right place. That's a little hard to do on camera. There we go. Give it a good squeeze. Make sure that piece is really well attached. Bring it down again. Just really press that in place. And then you can fold these pieces in and come down and tuck it into place. And that's going to help keep it, these extra side tabs are going to keep it in place as you're having it closed. It gives a little bit of friction to keep it from popping up, but you can easily reopen. So just like that, we have a little school bus.